Yo, what's good everybody? So this actually came in pretty quick. I really wasn't expecting it. So as you all know, Nike, they did have the most recent shock drop of the military blue fours or the industrial blue fours, whatever you want to call it, right? So it probably only took them about 2 days to even get to my house. So they are right here. And we're gonna talk about these because there's gonna be a lot of speculation about them. Are they gonna sit? Are people are actually gonna want them? Are they close to the original? So there's a lot to unpack on this. Me personally, I think the stock is extremely high. It's already rumored to be anywhere between 800,000 into like 1.7 million pairs. Now, realistically, I think it's gonna be in somewhere in that middle number, maybe closer to around a million pairs, but it's definitely more stock than the reimagined fours. And these have less hype than the reimagined fours, so I can only imagine. Me personally, I don't think they're gonna sit for a long time, but I do think that it will be a very extremely easy shoe to get. So if you didn't hit on the shock drop, please don't be worried, and we can get straight into the unboxing. So starting with the box, we have the regular Jordan 4 box. Now, obviously this is a re-release technically, but they're changing the name, so there might be some different changes, but it only makes sense for them to have the newer Jordan 4 box compared to the older 4 box. So it's nothing crazy about this, just a regular Jumpman on the top with the flight on the middle, cement on the bottom, black on the top, Nike Air on both sides. Now getting into the sizing chart, it says Air Jordan 4 Retro. Colorway is an off-white / military blue, obviously, right? And then size 13, and then the color code is FV5029-141. Now, since I do have an early pair, I want you guys to go ahead and enter that code into Google, whatever your search engine is, and type in raffles right next to that number. It will pull up a list of raffles for you guys to enter, just to increase your chances on top of all the stores that you potentially can get these at, right? So, without further ado, let's open this bad boy up. So here we got it, man, and these are crazy because let's look at them. I'm gonna go into detail a little bit why I like these so much. And it's crazy because this used to be a grail of mine. This really did. My sister had these when we were kids. She had them in a size 7 and I wore a size 8 at the time, and I would literally just wear them around the house, you know, just wanting them so bad. But now I feel like we're in an age where, you know, the Jordan 4s, they're just too many of them, and a lot of the people, a lot of newer people that are into shoes, they might just think that this is a regular just Jordan 4 with an alternate blue colorway, right? But to us, to people who actually know what this is about, it means more than us. So let's get into the details on it. So obviously we have the military blue going all around on the midsole here, and on the leg box right here. Same with the Jumpman. We got the Jumpman, blue Jumpman with the blue lettering on the flight. Even on the inside of the tongue, we have the blue. Now, I'm not gonna lie, looking at it right now, and I'll probably have this closer to the camera, I'm kind of noticing something, and somebody pointed this out to me way earlier. They had a picture of the Jordan, of these, right? And they were like, yo, like, does it look like it's blue, or is that just a filter? And me, I really thought it was a filter, but now that I'm looking at it, and you guys can see it right here, and there's two things I want to point out. So as you can see, this toe box right here, this isn't really white. So obviously you can compare it to the laces where they're white. But this right here, this is like a bleeding blue. This is not white right here. Now, I know this isn't the same as the original, so that bleeding blue kind of goes all around here. Now, I don't think, oh, and before I come back to the table, there's some imperfections in the shoe. As you can see on the toe, the box right here, got some glue stains, got some imperfections on the stitching, same as here too. And so just want to let you guys see that before I talk about a couple of things. Now, we'll start with the blue. I know a lot of people are probably not gonna like that. Me personally, I don't like it either. I really thought it was a filter, and now that I'm looking at it more, it kind of, you know, if you want the original shoe, you want the original shoe, right? It's no point in doing all this extra stuff, but that's probably the reason why they called it industrial blue and not military blues, because Jordan brand, they always tend to do some type of tweak or change just to make the original alternate in some form or fashion, right? And just a lot of people don't really like that. But I will say this blue, I think this is supposed to be on purpose, and it's not something similar to the case of where we had the Carmine 6s a couple years ago, where the red was literally bleeding into the shoe, or a lot of other shoes where the red was more of a pink colorway. I think they did this on purpose, and we'll see this on all of the pairs. Now, the quality issues, right? This is going to be a super ultra mega general release, and that comes with that, right? There's going to be a lot of quality issues, and I think that's going to make a lot of people pass, because at the end of the day, right, it's still technically a limited shoe just because the demand is going to be there for the most part. So when you go into the store, you win these raffles or you get lucky on sneakers, they're not going to let you, hey, can I swap this out for a better pair? So more than likely, when you buy this pair, you're going to have to get what you get. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like that, especially for the price range of, I paid around maybe like $235 after tax, right? So that is hefty for a shoe. So, you know, that could definitely throw a lot of people off. But, you know, going on to the positives, it does have the Nike Air on the back. So I know a lot of people, you know, it's crazy, the more that I'm looking at this shoe, because I promise you, like, I've been wanting this shoe for a long time, so I've been ecstatic to actually get it, even though my scores kind of like dropped now just because of the like amount of releases we had. But I was talking about the Nike Air. I know a lot of people like the Nike Air. Me personally, it doesn't make or break a shoe for me. I'm not a old head like that, so it don't do nothing for me. But as I was showing the camera the Nike Air, I saw this right here. Why does the hang tag have this like plastic string? Why don't you have the little metal thing right there? I really don't like that. I genuinely don't. And I don't even think this is like the same. This seems more flimsy and more like, you know, lighter weight than the original hang tags. Now I don't think I have any of my other hang tags for my shoes because eventually they come off, but I don't think this is the normal hang tags that they use now. I know it came in a recycled type box, and I don't know if this is just a part of Nike's recycling program or they've been doing this, but I generally don't remember this little plastic string on the hang tag. And me personally, I like to wear my hang tags until they literally fall off and I just store them somewhere. But this right here, I don't want to rock this hang tag because I think this is just very cheap. I think this is very cheap, bro. And then other than that, man, I'm still kind of finding a little bit more imperfections as I'm just going through the shoe. I'll show the camera as well. Even right here on the tongue, as you can see, you kind of see like the blue stitching coming out of the top of the tongue right there. And I also don't really like that either. Now, a lot of people might think that it's picky, but again, you know, you get these other shoe releases, you get the more limited ones, more quality ones, and you don't have to have complaints like this. But for a super general release, they usually spam them, and that's what you get. You get a lot of quality control shoes. And another way to hint that this is a very general release shoe. One, obviously, they got my shoes here pretty quick. So not only did they have the shock drop, they're trying to get rid of all these pairs. They're trying to dump them. They're trying to dump them because they know when the actual release comes, there's going to be a lot of more pairs, and they have to get rid of them because they don't want this to sit. So they're trying to push as many pairs as possible out. And with that, you know, obviously they're rushing. They're not taking their time with it. So that could also be a problem. And once people start to realize that, I think a lot of people will kind of just stray away from buying it, or, you know, not really focus on, you know, just not making this a priority, and that could definitely affect its sale rate and have it more sitting. So me personally, I don't know if they're gonna sit, but I definitely know that they'll be easy to get. You can get super lucky by going in the next day, get super lucky by doing leftovers and things of that nature. So but there are a lot of imperfections just looking at this shoe. So as of right now, I'm super disappointed. The next thing we can do is we can go ahead and we can do the on foot, and I can tell you guys what the fit feels like and things of that nature and how it looks on me. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so here we are. We have them on my feet. Now, I was just wearing my military black forest because this is the same day that I went to go pick up all my Kobe's. So if you watch those videos or you haven't, go make sure you watch those videos too, because I go and do a like behind the scenes video of where I'm going to pick up the Kobe's. But I decided to wear my military blacks. and those are a 13. And usually I kind of interchange between a 13 and 14 in my fours, just because I feel like a 14 just gives me, it just makes it comfortable. I have an extra, you know what I'm saying, space of room, and I can just walk around them freely, and gives me more time to want to walk around them, because at the end of the day with these Jordans, man, you only get about 1 or 2 hours with them walking around before they become like very uncomfortable, right? And I'll say this is a 13 on my foot, and this feels way better than my military black 13s, and those were a 13 as well. And it's crazy because I think I unds those that day as well, and I'm obviously undsing these right now too. So both undsing, but these feel amazing. So me personally, I'll tell you, you can go true to size. You can really go true to size with these. I don't know what they did with this. I know they rumored to have it a different shape as like the SB4s. I don't have SB4s. I've never seen them in hand, so I can't really compare it to that. But if that's the reason why they feel more comfortable in my regular size than me having to go up, because usually a lot of people do go up a half a size at least in their fours. Me personally, I'm fine with a 13. I don't have to go for a 14, right? So that's everything. And you know, seeing them on my feet, you can definitely, if you weren't able to see it in the camera, just looking at it, you can definitely tell that the toe box and the whole like mid upper of the shoe is that kind of like, I don't even know what you want to call it, like that wash blue, that like dyed blue, because you can see it contrasting over the other blues. It's definitely not white. I'm gonna see. Yeah, I'm gonna bring out a white Jordan 4 and then a blue Jordan 4 so you guys can just see. So see the difference? This is definitely white, and this is kind of like a blue, and you can even see that glue stain as well. So that's just the difference between the two. So I know a lot of people aren't gonna really like that, but that's it for my review. Me personally, I'm very disappointed. Am I gonna keep them? Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, bro, I still gotta fulfill that inner satisfaction from a child, right? I always wanted these, so I got them. There's no point in me buying a shoe that came out 10 years ago just for it to crumble in a couple of years when I have an easy access to this. So let me know what y'all think about all the imperfections and flaws of this shoe, and do y'all still plan to pick that up? So with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.